Hello, hello, hello. It is Thursday, December 30th, and it's time for Radiant Rap, where I just come on here and chat a bit with my friends and family, my Facebook friends and family. So, what's up? I pray that you are having an amazing day, that the holidays were good for you. I know they were not for everyone. And I thought that going into 2022, I would touch today on anger, frustration, and then just give a couple of tools or techniques that I like to use with my students in my classes. And I don't usually do that on Thursday nights, but I thought it might be a good way to end the year, just giving some strategies, right? Some of you have gone through the whole day stressed, mad about this or that, or frustrated about this or that, and haven't really taken a breath. Even if you took one, not really a purposeful, life-filling, healthy breath in gratitude. So I thought that I would. In fact, what made me think of it, a couple of things. Because one, I'm not naturally a patient person. So this is something that I have to practice. I'm not naturally a drama-free person. So I've had to and I still do have to practice how to be calm, how not to be frustrated, and breaking really addictions to the drama, to the, oh, this was wrong and this went wrong and this is not right and that's not right. And I know that some of it is my age too. Some of it is just maturing. But maybe I can share something that I don't necessarily think age is about, or maturity is about age. So someone that's way younger than me may receive what it is that I'm sharing and learn from it. And someone my age or older may as well. I thought of two things that happened recently, really recently, where I could have been so frustrated. And I practiced because I've been practicing the techniques, because it doesn't happen overnight. If you short patient, you get frustrated with others, like when you're on the phone and you're on hold for hours, like a whole hour, or just certain things and you're wanting things to happen in your time. You want to be in control of things. It can be frustrating. Or you're a driver. I hate to say it, but this is a lot. I find in my life, in my experience, a lot of this is with the guys. Behind the wheel, they're so terribly impatient. I don't know what that is. That's my experience. Might not be yours, but that's mine. Well, two things happened. One was really my fault. I had to, in the state of Florida, they're reissuing driver's licenses. So when it's your time to get this new license, and they're calling it real license or something like that. And you have to go through a very, very stringent process. Even though you've had your license, you don't have a name change or anything. If you don't have this particular license with this particular icon in the upper right-hand corner, you have to go in person. You cannot get your license renewed online. You schedule a save the spot. A save the spot is not really an appointment, but you get a ticket and you're in line and it's guaranteed that you'll be seen that day. I did that a couple of weeks ago. I stayed in line, waited for over an hour. I get to the counter. I don't have all the paperwork that I need. I mean, I had my social security. They wanted passport, 2 pieces of mail with your address on it. But whose fault was that? It was mine. But it was one of those moments where I had to woosah, because I was going to have to go through that whole process again and pay for a temporary license just in case I didn't get back there, because my license was expiring December 31st. But if I were going to get upset, what was that going to do for me? No amount of yelling or pleading with the person, having anxiety, that wasn't going to help the situation at all. So I just accepted it and I made an appointment. I went back today. Got over 10,000 steps as I was waiting for this hour and a half to roll around from the time I was supposed to be there or save my spot to the time I got called on. I just walked around the parking lot and making the best of it. When it got close to my number being called, I came in the building, I sat down, I got it taken care of. Done. The other situation that would not have been the case had I still been the same person and not working on myself, right? I would have just had to tell a whole lot of people about that situation and how frustrated I was. And the other thing that happened, Kevin and I, there are so many things. I'm just giving you 2 examples. Kevin and I were coming back from Philly. We were leaving out of Philly. And, a lot of flights are getting canceled. Ours didn't get canceled, but it got delayed. And it was delayed long enough that we knew in advance we were not going to make our connecting flight. We fly Delta all the time. We love Delta, so they get all our points. It's not the ideal flight for coming to Tampa, because if you fly Delta, there is no direct flight from Philly. If you're traveling to Philly, there's no direct flight from Philly to Tampa if you're traveling Delta. So we always go through Atlanta. And we had a 6-hour layover in Atlanta yesterday. Now, granted, when I travel with Kevin, it's like I get an upgrade because he's got all these perks and we get to go into the sky room and all this stuff. I was really proud of him too, because he's a very impatient person as well. And we just chilled. Well, we were just accepting it. We go to the airport. We got to be at the airport. We get up at like 3:00 in the morning to get to the airport. So we got to get to Atlanta and then just wait. We get to the airport and the lady at the counter where we're checking our bags tells us, when you get to Atlanta, you're going to have to recheck your bags, because after 6 hours, we can't hold it anymore. You'll have to go through security, go down to the luggage area. Hey, Nessie, how you doing, cousin? And recheck the bags. Now that's totally ridiculous, right? We were both very calm. I'm so proud of him, because if we had to do it, we just had to do it. There was nothing else we could do. But I think in part because we were just calm and not freaking out on the lady, she said, let me just check one more thing. And she checks one more thing. And long story short, we didn't have to do that when we went through Atlanta, although we waited 6 hours. Okay. As you're going into 2022, if you're being really frustrated, one more thing I just thought of. One of the young ladies at the Division of Motor Vehicles today, she was really young. I felt bad for her. She was selected just randomly to do her driver's license over again. So she waited like 2 hours to be told that, yeah, you got your driver's license, but you're going to have to do it all over again. She was livid. She cussed the people out. She was by the time she was leaving, she was just at her wit's end. What was that going to accomplish for her? Absolutely nothing, because she still was going to have to do it. None of her rants or raving changed the situation. I felt bad for her, but she was actually making her situation worse. Physically, we're making ourselves sick with this need, and sometimes it's a need. I know in my case it was like addicted to I need to complain. I need to let you know what I'm frustrated about. Right. So one of the things, I have some I did an express class today, actually, which was a meditation class. So I did a couple of breathing exercises. I'm going to do a couple of them with you, and then we'll do a short meditation. Okay? Is that all right? Okay, sit nice and tall. Whenever there's different types of meditation, and there's different reasons while you're doing them. Like, you may be doing it to go to sleep. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to be present and to be enjoying the present moment, not regretting the past, not worrying about the future, but just being okay in the moment that you're in. I encourage you to try sitting tall without using the back of the chair, because when you're sitting up and not using the back of the chair, you're not slouching. You're using your core. Your feet, place them on the ground. If you're in a chair where you can't get your feet flat on the ground, get into a lower chair. If you're so low that your hips are sinking into below your knees, the chair is probably too low. Okay, so this first breath is called, you may be familiar with it, known as a 3-part breath. And we're going to do it 2 different ways. So the first way is to think of having the breath go from very low in the diaphragm, inhaling, and then filling the rib cage. I'm using my hands here, and then going up to the chest. And then as you exhale from the chest to the rib cage to the low belly. Low belly, fill, rib cage fill, and then the upper chest fill. Taking as deep a breath as you can, and then exhaling from the upper chest through the rib cage and low belly. Do one more. Inhale, see if you can fill the belly like you would fill a balloon with air. Fill the rib cage and the upper chest. If you can, breathe through your nose. And then from the upper chest, rib cage, you can breathe out through your mouth if you like. And low belly. And as it empties, it contracts. It should contract. Try to avoid overusing these muscles up here, the trapezius, the scalene muscles, the shoulder muscles. A lot of times if I say, take a deep breath and you're not used to doing it, try not to do that. Because when we're overusing muscles, then that's where we're getting a lot of the tension in the shoulders. Okay? All right, so just allow yourself to breathe naturally. And we're just going to reverse the order of that, of thinking of how we're receiving the breath. So really, this is a more natural way, because it's going in through your nose. Fill the upper chest first, then the rib cage and the low belly. And when you exhale, contract the low belly, the rib cage, and the upper chest. So I'm just putting my hands here as a cue for myself. Chest, rib cage, belly, fill it with air. You may be thinking you're sucking it in. You are sucking it in, but it should be expanding. It's expanding. And then when you exhale the air out, it contracts, it gets smaller. Do one more. Upper chest. Sit tall, rib cage, low belly, and then exhale, low belly, rib cage, upper chest. Now, if you're not used to purposeful breathing, it's going to take practice, okay? Just breathe normal, inhaling and exhaling. Let's do one more. Think of an accordion. You know how it expands and contracts, an accordion when you're playing them? All right, so place your hands on about the sides of the abs, like across the lungs, the lower part of the lungs, right? And think of expanding, filling with air, and then contracting. As you fill, your hands will separate a little, perhaps, and then contract. And do a few breaths like that. Inhaling and thinking of the rib cage expanding, and then contracting like an accordion. One more. Try and make your inhalation slow. And your exhalations even slower. I want you to start draining the anxiousness, the anxiety from the brain. Like feel like all of this may be heavy or out of order, chaotic, right? And just like like one of those snow globes, feel yourself as you're breathing. Feel the snow settling at the bottom of the snow globe, right? Okay, so we're going to go into our a meditation practice. I use a lot of different styles, types, and today we're just going to use a little bit of imagery, right? So if you can, close your eyes, okay? If that's not going to work for you, that's okay. Just look softly, gaze softly ahead. Now really try and take deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, using any style that works for you. But try and slow down your breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. This might be the first time you calmed yourself today. Sitting tall, you're alert, you're very aware as you're inhaling deeply through your nose if possible, and you can exhale through your nose or through your mouth. You're going at your own cadence. And as you continue breathing slowly, start to relax the forehead, just smooth any creases there. Good. Soften the brow. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Soften your closed eyelids. Relax your cheeks and your jaw. Good. That's it. I just thought I should turn this down because I can't play. I'm not supposed to play on Facebook music I don't have rights to. Okay. Keep going. Breathe. Inhaling, exhaling. Now, in your mind's eye, see a bright light. And that light is full of love and compassion. It's beautiful. And you're there looking at it. You're standing in front of it. You're just looking at this light. And it's filling up the space in front of you. It's inviting, it's warm, it's calm, it's soothing, it's non-judgmental. Keep breathing. And as you breathe, you're feeling this light as a part of you. The light is filling you, it's radiating in you. As you become a part of the light, you become one with the light. It's very peaceful. It's joyful. It's calming. Okay, good. Now focus on your heart and allow the light to get smaller, but stay inside your heart. And it's radiating from your heart. All the love, all the gratitude. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Good. And flutter your eyes open if they're closed. Good. Inhale. Hey, Gretchen. And bring your arms out to the sides. Inhale. And bring them together to heart center. Exhale. Good. Let's do 3 affirmations before we leave, okay? Inhale, you'll repeat after me. Come on, you can do it right where you are. You can do it. Inhale and say, I am healthy. I am healthy. Come on, say it. People around you might hear you, but that's okay. I am strong. Ready? I am strong. And exhale. One more. I am grateful. I am grateful. Exhale. Wonderful, my friends. So my prayer is that as we go into 2022, for those of us, you like me, who can be impatient and quicker to be frustrated and anxious and mad, can use breathing techniques, okay, to slow down, calm down, and in the moment, regardless of what is maybe going on around you that is chaotic, you can find the place of peace, okay, and joy. So that's my prayer for you and I in 2022. For those of you who are, you're not an angry person, you don't get frustrated, you don't stress. Good for you. Good for you. But most of us are a work in progress, and we need to work on those things, even if it's not. A lot of times, for those that don't do it externally, they're doing it internally, which is just as bad, right? And if we can do this, we can become better. Oh, Nessie, I'm so glad. We can become better parents, better children, better students, better employees, and better employers, right? In order to serve, if we're leaders, we need to be cool, and calm. And nobody wants to hear what we have to say if we're not coming from, delivering it with love and respect, right? So prayerfully, that's where we'll be going in 2022. And maybe that will help you or just give you a little interest in doing more. I use timers. I tell you all the time. Most days, I'm using timers, sometimes every 30 minutes, depending on what's going on in the day. And I don't every 30 minutes. I'm not able to, but when I am, that timer goes off, I take some breaths. I drink some water. Good. I may say something, a whisper, a prayer of gratitude, just to remember or recenter myself. All right. If you want more, you can, reach out to me, and we can, talk about how I can help you, but there's so many resources out here, and really it comes from inside of you. All right. You have greatness inside of you. I believe in you. You were meant to shine. Everyone was. We were all meant to shine. All right. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I'll see you in 2022. Happy New Year. God bless. Bye.